This channel is for educational purposes only. Please do your own due diligence before making any investment decisions.
Hi, this is Joe. So what I'm going to do today, I want to talk about a question I got from a subscriber who wanted to know what I'm looking for when I start to go through individual stocks and I'm looking to do looking to buy something. What strategies am I using to kind of narrow the list down, and what am I looking at in terms of the charts to help me with that? So I'm going to just go through kind of a routine that I would have, and I think it could help just give you an idea of one of the types of things that I'm looking for and come into what I know I stole the phrase from Alexander Elder, but coming into my trading room, essentially what I'm looking at, what would I try and do to find a new stock. All right, let's go ahead and get going. Now, if you want to learn more about some of these techniques, you can click the link in the description to find out more about my book. Also, if you do enjoy this content, please hit that like button and also subscribe. Okay, so I've got TC2000 up. This is the program that I'll typically go through my list. I'm actually using this program to narrow my list and then go through it, fairly quickly. I've got a monthly chart in the bottom left, weekly bottom right, daily here, and then I've got a weekly. TC doesn't have zigzag, unfortunately, so I just use, sometimes I'll just have a plain price chart up with a little bit more history that's what's on this weekly, but I do have my RSIs, and I've got the relative strength here, which is very important to me. Now, you can do this in any program. I'm not suggesting that you have to have TC2000, okay? But I like TC2000 for a couple of reasons. I like their screening capability, even though I'm really going through thousands of charts myself. I'm not necessarily using the screens to actually narrow the list down to a small number. When I use a screen, I'll usually narrow the list down to a couple hundred at the very least. Sometimes I'll just do a low ADX screen and it'll have like 500 stocks in it, and I'll go through all 500. So I'm using the screens a little bit differently than I used to. I used to try and really, find the stocks at the exact point, and I might start doing a screen for my subscribers that is looking for a specific pattern. But the reality is that I just like to go through a lot of charts. It's just, you can't make up for two pairs for a pair of eyes that have some history, have been looking at millions of charts over the years, and it's just a better way to do it, at least in my view. All right, so I've got the 4 charts up. On the left, I've got my list. Now, there's 66 stocks in this list. I started with, let's say, 2,500 or 3,000, narrowed it down to maybe 300 to 400, probably about 300, and then from that 300, which are stocks that have good technical characteristics, I have taken it down to a list that I think are close to potentially triggering. All right, so I've done a lot of my work ahead of time. Now, as I go through this list, let's say it's the start of the week, and I'm looking for anything that I might have an interest in for the week. I go through and start scrolling through this list. Now, I'll scroll through this list a number of times during the course of the week. But I'm just looking for anything that could be setting up or maybe close to that. Some of these stocks I'm already in that have made a bit of a move. But let me just see. So this stock catches my eye. So this is an E&P company, oil and gas. The E&P stocks have really not been, they're just starting to kick into gear now. They haven't quite played as much. Now, I know energy stocks are going to be up this morning based on the news, but I'm just showing you the type of thing that I'm looking for. This really catches my eye right here. This is a strong move coming out of this base. Okay, I've got good MACD characteristics, and I have a low ADX condition here and a low ADX condition here. I've got a really nice looking pattern, a low volatility pattern, and I've got MACD, which was overbought, worked its way back down here. So I'm looking at these two charts, and I'm seeing something that's really catching my eye. Now, based on the current market conditions, there's a lot of volatility on the daily chart, but there's not so much on the weekly. So I'm more inclined to want to look for monthly, weekly trades, looking for longer term patterns. Now, in a situation like this, based on what's taken place, I mean, I'm not going to trade this right here, but what I will do is put in a little... So I'll go in here and I'll, let's see, for RSI, I'm going to set an alert and I'm going to say less than 50. So I'm putting in an alarm for RSI 5 on the weekly to drop down to 50. So I've just created that alert. Now I don't have to watch this. I can sit here and be ready if this thing starts to pull back. If this starts to pull back, this RSI 5 is at 88 right now. If it comes down towards 50, and it would not take very much. Now it seems like it's really far away, but I'm telling you, the way RSI is calculated, it would not take much for that to come down. So I could get an alarm on that. I mean, it's probably not going to happen just right away, just because of what's happening in energy. But you know, it's just something that I'll keep. And at some point we'll get that RSI to drop down, and then I'll go through and see if I'm attracted to it. If I am, at that point, I'm going to put an alarm in above the price to tell me where the trigger is. And when that happens, that's probably when I will take the trade if everything looks good. So I'm using alarms to really help me determine how and when to do these trades. I'm not sitting here watching them, all right? Another example, SYY, really strong breakout. It's in the consumer staples area, which has been showing a lot of strength recently. We've got new emerging strength on the ADX, MACD showing some life. Look at the ADX on the daily chart, very good. And you can see on this weekly, we've just broken out of this key area. So this 84 zone, 85, I probably just put an alarm set, let's see, create price alert at 85.27. I'll make it 85.20. All right, and then just hit OK. Now I've created an alert. If this thing pulls back towards the breakout area, again, I'm going to start watching it a little bit more closely. I'm going to pay more attention to it. I'm going to see what it looks like. I'm going to see what type of pullback it is, and if it sets up, if it's pulling back the right way, then if I really like the longer term chart, I might just go ahead and buy it close enough to an area where I know I can place the stop below key levels. So if it pulls back enough and I've got an ATR that tells me, you know, like I can put a stop below this 71 level when buying it, let's say at 85 or something like that, then I'm going to go ahead and I might go ahead and buy it if it's pulled back the right way. If it's pulled back the correct way. If it's pulled back showing any type of selling pressure, then I won't do that. I'm going to wait for it to hook back to the upside and form a higher low. When that happens, I'll have an alarm. I'll probably put an alarm above the price action and see if it starts to move to the upside. So again, I've got a lot. I'm on calls all the time. I'm doing other things. It's like I have two different jobs, right? And I'm an analyst for institutional investors, and I'm also trying to do some trading. I do a subscriber report. I do all this stuff, right? So I need the alarms to help me to identify patterns that I think look real attractive in the time frames that I'm looking at. Now, if the average true range on the daily starts to decline, then I might be inclined to start looking for weekly dailies, and that'll change my alarm approach. I would stop looking at this on a weekly. I would switch this to a daily, and I would probably be looking at the RSI 5 on the daily chart to derive some entry patterns, at least help me with the timing of when that might be happening. All right, so I'm using the program to do a lot of the work for me, so I don't have to sit here and watch these things. All right, Tyson's Foods. So you can see a lot of these patterns have turned up, and it looked like they're getting ready to emerge to the upside. So this is a good one. It really is more attractive on a weekly daily, but again, the weekly daily right now is not something I'm all that focused on. So I'll pass this right now, but maybe this comes in, the 18 crosses down below the 40, and while that's happening, the average true range drops. So I want to keep it on my watch list and see what's taking place. A little bit too much volatility there. Here's another one that showed a lot of strength. Now this was on the list before it broke out, right? So it could have been a breakout trade for someone. After the earnings came out, it broke out from that, right? So you could have done that. Now we're looking for our next entry on a pullback. Again, I would probably use the RSI and say, hey, if this drops down towards 50, I'm very interested, because that'll create an opposing trend pattern on the daily chart, right? And I can use that to enter even if I'm playing off of a monthly, weekly. So these are the types of things I'm looking for, but I like these low ADX breakouts. When you get a low ADX breakout on the weekly, you know that you can play the first pullback in some way, shape, or form. It could be RSI, it could be off the daily chart, but I like the look of this longer term pattern as well. So we're gonna do stuff like that. So I'm trying to go through, here's Hershey, this broke out. It's getting a little too far, it needs to pull back a little bit. Pfizer's sort of an early emerging turn. You could put a alarm above this breakout area and see if it breaks out, if it's breaking out the right way, that type of thing. So as I go through the list, here's another one, CTRA. So this is trying to break out. Look at what this did on the MACD monthly. You see how this was way overdone here, and now it's worked. It's all the way back to the zero line. It's a low ADX pattern. We've got emerging strength off the weekly, right? So again, I'm focused on these two charts. I'm looking at the price action first. I mean, this is going to catch my eye, what's happening on that monthly chart, because I know that if this gets going, it's going to keep going. And that means there's lots of opportunities, whether it be weekly, daily trades, swing trades, or if I want to play this off a longer term trade. Now I'm looking for this to hook back and see. This was a little too strong in the way that it's pulled back in my view. So I'm seeing if this can hook and form a higher low here. If that happens, then I'm probably going to be pretty interested in it. Another EMP stock that's kind of a late bloomer in the energy area, but really nice base that's associated with it. So yeah, I'm going to go through. Now look at this LIN. This is an undercut and rally. It undercut all these lows, and they got a really strong rally. I think if we can get a pullback here, this is another one that would be very interesting to me. New emerging relative strength here, and we've got nice strength in the RSI. We're going to need this to pull back towards the 50 level. That's exactly what I'll do if it comes back towards 50. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm necessarily playing it as an RSI. I might play it off the daily pullback, and if I get an opposing trend pattern, I'll use that to enter, and then I'll use weekly risk and play it off the monthly, weekly. So these are the types of things that I'm doing. I mean, I wanted to make sure you recognize that when I'm going through this list, I'm recognizing a lot of power that's developing here. I mean, I'm showing you a lot of stocks that are showing strength here, but they're not timely at this point in time. Not this second, most of them. So when that's happening, I'm willing to wait and just put in my alarms, and if they come to me, I let the market come to me. I'm not going to go chasing it. I'm not going to find an entry. I'm not going to go down to an hourly chart and enter this because I think, wow, this is an incredible breakout. I'm going to let this come back to me. And if it just keeps going, it keeps going. There's some of these stocks that I'm putting alarms in, they're going to come back to me, and I'm going to have an entry in them. I have no doubt. So that's the way I'm going to go about it. I'm paying attention to how many stocks I'm buying in any specific industry group and or sector. I'm paying attention to how much risk I'm putting out in any single week. I don't like to buy 4 or 5 stocks in the same week. So this is the type of thing I'm doing. I'm looking at the volatility. Is it the daily volatility? Is it the weekly volatility? I'm looking at both to see what is happening. Where should I be focusing my efforts right now? And if they switch, if we get a switch in the volatility, then I will switch with it. All right. Hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.